Hi everybody, welcome to the J&K show. I hear a lot of people complaining about how difficult it is to make roast chicken at home, and then they go out to the grocery store and get a rotisserie chicken back, and it's really soggy and just disgusting. So today I've got a recipe for you guys that's gonna be the simplest roast chicken you've ever made. So let's get to it. Alrighty, first we're gonna cut and prep all our ingredients before we even touch the chicken, just so we can avoid any cross-contamination. So go ahead and grab a medium onion and get rid of the two ends and really get rid of all that skin as well, because we don't want any of that nasty stuff in our chicken. So now we're just gonna quarter our onion, and I think quartering the onion is a good size for it to be in the chicken. For our spice mix, grab a small bowl and add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt depending on the size of your bird. We have a medium bird, so we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons inside. And also some freshly ground black pepper. We've got about 1 tablespoon in there because we really love black pepper, but you guys can go ahead and put about a teaspoon in there and it'll be fine. And a little bit more salt because I feel like it. Now for our mixed herbs, we're putting about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of mixed herbs, and this one has oregano, sage and thyme in there, but if you have something with rosemary or anything like that, you can go in with that as well. And now we've got sweet paprika, about a tablespoon of that. You can also use smoked paprika, but we've got sweet paprika, so that's what we're gonna use now. So go ahead and mix it all together with that handy chopstick you have and make sure it's all well incorporated. I'll get a roasting tray and a rack just so that air can flow underneath the chicken and dry out the base of the chicken, and so that the chicken's drippings can sort of drop on your potatoes when it's in the oven. Now grab that chicken and give it some love, just give it a little massage. Grab those little wingtips and stick them at the bottom, and don't follow my method here, it's really bad. But anyway, just stick them under the bird, and now we're gonna season the inside of the bird with that spice mix that we made. And really season it well, because this is the only seasoning it's gonna get on the inside. So yeah, go ahead and rub that spice mix all the way inside, in those ribs and all the crevices. And now that you're done with that, grab those onions and stick them on the inside of that cavity. Now you can actually use lemons here, but I prefer onions just because of the sweet flavor that it gets out. But the general idea is just to not let the bird dry out too much on the inside, and that's why you stuff it with something. Now I'm just taking this extra bit of skin that's on the rare end of the chicken and trying to stick them in the chicken so they don't burn too much when it's roasting. Like what we did on the inside of the bird, we're going to do on the outside as well. So grab that spice mix and rub it all over the chicken. Make sure you get every single bit of that skin covered, because that's massive flavor there. And don't worry too much about any of the spice mix falling off the chicken, because that's really going to flavor the potatoes that we're going to put on after this. Now don't forget to flavor the underside of the chicken as well. Now what this salt mix is really doing is the salt's really going to draw out some of the moisture from the chicken, and because we're going to be putting it in the fridge for an extended period of time, the fridge is actually going to dry out the skin of the chicken, and that's what's really going to give it that crispy texture when we roast it. Now if your chicken has any moisture at all, you're gonna get sticky fingers like me, and that spice mix is gonna stick on those fingers. And a really neat trick is to stick your fingers inside of the cavity again and rub it against that skin or whatever bone there is in there, and that will really take off all the extra spice mix that's on your fingers. Now put your chicken into the refrigerator for at least 4 hours or overnight for best results, just so you can dry out any moisture that's on the skin, and so you'll get a much more crispy texture when pre-roasted. Now it's the next day and look how beautiful our chicken is. It's nice and dry, especially in that one brown spot in the center. Now if your chicken skin turns translucent like that, that's a good sign, because that means you're gonna get a much crispier skin. Now if you take that rack aside, you can see the drippings from the chicken, all that moisture that's been drawn out. And we also have our spice mix that fell off the chicken and went through the rack. And that's gonna help us flavor these potatoes that we have here. Of course we have much more potatoes, but that's gonna really help flavor those potatoes in the end, so don't worry about that, you don't need to clean the rack or anything. Right, now we're gonna prep our potatoes, and we've got small and large sized potatoes here, and we really want to cut them into similar sized chunks just so they cook a little bit more evenly in the oven. So I wouldn't worry too much about them. These ones aren't going to be really too equal in size, but yeah, you get the idea. So the small ones we cut them into quarters, and these ones we cut them into 12 pieces. What's that, the 12s? But anyway, yeah, you get the idea. Now with a little kitchen show magic, we've got a whole bunch of potatoes that have been cut up. These are about 5 potatoes, I think. They're about 5 medium-sized potatoes. And we've put a little bit of oil onto the baking tray, just so the potatoes don't stick too much. And I'm just gonna tilt it so the oil just gets spread out a little bit more, but this isn't necessary. So go ahead and pop in those potatoes you have there, and it's now time for you to give it a nice good shake and a little toss around. And you can season it a little bit more at this point, but I don't think it's necessary because the drippings from the chicken are really going to help flavor the potatoes, and those drippings are really going to help fry the potatoes, so you get really a best of both worlds. It's roasted and it's also fried, so try to get it directly over the potatoes if possible, and yeah, just try to keep it within that sort of vicinity. So the final step before we put it in the oven is to tie the chicken. And I've cut my kitchen tine way too shortly and I don't want to waste it. So generally you would want to tie the whole chicken, as in like go around the chicken. But since I've already cut my kitchen twine, I'm just going to tie the legs together. And I'm not going to tie them really very well at all, as you can see. So yeah, probably don't follow the method that I'm doing. But this is just a regular knot, and it'll just do the job, I guess. So anyway, after you tie the chicken will go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I rotate the chicken about 40 minutes in, just so it cooks a little bit more evenly. So snip off the excess thread at the end, just so it doesn't burn, and pop it into the oven. Now this is the chicken about 45 minutes in, and you can see the drippings coming out of the chicken and really flavoring and frying those potatoes underneath. And an hour and 15 minutes later, our chicken is finally done, and you can see how crispy and golden brown that skin is from the top. We're gonna let it rest for at least another 15 minutes because it's gonna continue to cook. So I've left it over this bowl so the drippings don't get wasted. And we're gonna put these potatoes back in the oven again and really crisp them up, and by the time the potatoes are done, the chicken will be well rested and we can serve. So there it is, the easiest, most simple roast chicken you'll ever make in your life. Now if you want to make it really fancy, just add a little bit sprinkling of brown sugar over the top of the chicken and on the potatoes as well when it's done, and you can serve that. It's beautiful. And because the chicken is so juicy, you wouldn't really need to make any sauce to go with it. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.